Hey, what's going on? I hope and pray all is well. I hope you can hear me. My earpiece that I had messed up. So I hope and pray you can hear me on this video. Good morning. How is everybody? Just filling out some last minute paperwork. I wanted to come on and give a video to you guys and see how everybody is doing. Making sure that you're blessed of the Lord and highly favored, and you are living to live again. I'm filling out my trailer inspection. We have to do trailer inspections over here, which is a good thing because it keeps up with the quality of your trailer. And if a damage happens to that trailer, they'll know the driver that had it. And if you're going to pick up a trailer, here's our trailer inspection forms. It has First Express, the trailer number, all the information filling, and then it has, like, if you see damage, you can write it down, you can mark it out, and also explain the damage. And if the shipper or receiver, refuses to sign it, which they do, you could just put refused and put the date and the time. So we have that, because there's sometimes you might go to a shipper and the tandem tire might be flat. Now, whenever we brought the trailer in there, the tire was fine. So maybe maybe the yard dog didn't know that, or the yard jockey, we call them yard dogs, maybe they didn't realize they ran over an obstacle, or they ran over something that was in that yard that punctured a tire, or maybe got a slow leak, so and a lot of yard jockeys don't pay attention. It's just all about get that trailer out the door and put it in a space. Get that trailer out the door, put it in a space. So a lot of times they don't realize they hit objects. They hit other trailers. So your trailer might be damaged. The head, the front of the trailer, which is the head, that might be damaged. The metal right here on the trailer might be damaged, where something just hit it as it's going by. There's a dent. Trailer inspection. Because when we took the trailer in there, our driver said it didn't have no dents. It was fine. So what happened? And now that company can be liable, thank you, kind spirit, for getting that trailer fixed. There might be a hole at the bottom where a forklift went in, or on the side. A forklift went through. Now, when we brought the trailer, that trailer was good. Well, all of a sudden, it got a hole in the side of it. So that's why we keep up our trailer inspections. And if something happens to it after it leaves the shipper and it's in the possession of the driver, and that also holds the driver liable. So that's why we do that. We do trailer inspections over here. Even though we do it in our Omni tracks, we have to do a vehicle inspection of our truck and trailer, but the paper also comes in handy too. So, a lot of drivers don't like to do it, but I don't mind, because I don't want to be held liable. It's all about covering your booty, covering your behind, covering your blessed assurance. It's also covering your blankety blank blank blank. Even though the Bible says Paul was a stubborn ass, it's also covering that. You always want to cover yourself while you out here. You never want to be held liable for anything, because now they putting everything on your DAC report. They putting everything on your DAC. They putting everything on that MVR. And if you leave a company and try to go somewhere else, well, on your DAC it says you have property damage, or you had trailer damage, or you did this, or as you was driving, you didn't hook up to your trailer properly, and the trailer dropped in the middle of the road, and the landing gear went up through the bottom of the trailer and damaged product. that was inside the trailer. You see what I'm saying? So you always want to cover your butt. You always want to double check yourself. Life lesson for the day. Cover your behind. Double check everything you do. Double check it. Even if you got to triple check it. Double check it. Because we get in a hurry. Okay? As drivers, we get in a hurry. Push, push, push. Go, go, go. Push, push, push. Go, go, go. Drive, drive, drive. I don't do that. I take my time. Now, there's sometimes that, oh, we need to get you to look here. Look here now. You were, I don't rush. Listen, rushing don't solve nothing. You don't solve nothing rushing. You don't, there's nothing that you're going to achieve by rushing. Rushing is going to get you nowhere but a headache. That's what's going to get you. Going to get you a headache, an accident, you not paying attention. The Bible says it's the small foxes that spoil the vine. It's the small things that will get you in a jacked up situation, get you somewhere, or get you in a predicament that you can't get yourself out of. Why? Because you're rushing. Like here with this load, or 27, this load had to be here at 7. I didn't get here to 7:27. Why? 3 accidents on the road. 3 accidents. Now, I left at 6 o'clock. Actually, I left 10 minutes before 6. That gave me a little bit of time because it's a 45-minute drive to get here. That left me a little bit of gap. But with those 3 accidents, it took away that gap. Now, was I going to put the pedal to the metal and get here? No. It'll get here when it get here. But one thing about it is communication. I called them to let them know, look here, professional greetings. My name is Michael Jacobs. I'm a driver with your First Express. I have your load. I'm on Owen Drive, and I'm pressing my way. I'll be there in the next 15, 20 minutes. Sure, take your time, driver. Old Time Parlor don't open up till 9. So they got plenty of time to unload the trailer and get it on the floor, on the shelves before they open up their doors. So it's all about leaving at a good time, getting there, but also don't rush and cover your behind. Trailer inspection, whenever you hitting a dock, make sure that dock is clear. Make sure the height is at a proper height. It's above 13.6. 13.6, your truck and your trailer. Make sure it doesn't, if it has a covering or somewhere to stop the rain, make sure that head covering over that dock is tall enough for your truck or trailer. If it's not, and you do damage, guess what? You are held liable. And these companies now, they ain't paying for it. They taking it out your paycheck. Y'all ain't saying that. And I don't know about you, but I need every dime. They ain't saying nothing, Jesus. I need every dime that comes to me on a Wednesday, because I get paid 2 days early. Glory to God. So I need every dime that comes. That's why you got to cover your behind. You got to pay attention. When you rush, you don't pay attention when you rush. It's all about getting there. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, I got to get there. Drive, 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 drive. Go, 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 go. Come on. And let me tell you something. You get in such of a rush that you get in the traffic. Come on, go. The light is green. Seriously. Come on, driver. Come on, driver. Come on, the light is green. Why ain't y'all going? It ain't going to get no greener. It's rush, 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 rush. That's why it's always good to plan ahead. Take your time. Get there at safe o'clock. I've said that in videos past. You get there at safe o'clock. But listen, if you start your day early, okay, like me, what I do, and you ain't got to do this. I mean, I'm just using this for an example. What I do is that when I start my day, if I shut down, and say for an example, okay, I shut down at 8 o'clock at night. 8, 10 hours later, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 6 o'clock that morning, I got my 10 hours back. Okay, I got a full clock. I got an 8, an 11, and a 14. All right. So I'll get up at 5:30. I can see some of my friends do that. Why are you getting up at 5:30? You don't get your house. Because when I get up at 5:30, I prepare myself. I go inside. I get washed up. And doing that around 30 minutes, I do my pre-trip. And some drivers think I'm fool. I do my pre-trip before I log in onto my Omnitracks, into my Qualcomm. 15-minute pre-trip. But I do my pre-trip prior to my pre-trip. You see what I'm saying? Because when I'm out and about, I go inside, I wash up, I get myself together, brush my teeth, make sure I'm smelling good. And, if I need to, I'll go ahead and take me a shower, get myself together, get me some so I threw my can away, my Starbucks coffee. And as I'm walking back outside, I walk over my truck. I look at my truck. I look at my trailer. I look at my tires. I look at my fifth wheel to make sure it's still hooked. Because I've seen it ain't happened to me. Thank the Lord. People unhook that fifth wheel. They'll pull it out. And when you go to pull out of your trailer, or you go to make a turn, your truck going to go one way and your trailer going to go the other way. I've known some, if they have a reefer, they lower the landing gear and pull out the fifth wheel, because the reefer's running so hard they don't hear the person lowering the landing gear. Hook out that fifth wheel. I look for that. I look for to make sure my glad hands, the rubber intake is not out. People steal that too. I do that inspection, especially the inflation of my tires, my tandems, my drives, my steers. I check the air. I got an air gauge right here on the side of my truck. I check my air. And then, I just walk around the trailer, make sure nobody didn't hit me. I'm usually a light sleeper, so if I feel a bump, I'm up. Ho, 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 what's that? So just to make sure nobody, when they was turning out the parking space, the DOT bumper didn't tear nothing up. So I'm just doing that pre-trip. So whenever I get back in there and I see that 8 clock, that 0800, I log on duty pre-trip for 15 minutes. Now I've did my pre-trip, but I'm sitting in my truck, relaxing. While everybody's out rushing, looking over their truck. I done had about a good 20 minutes. You look up, now can I expect everything? You can't expect everything in 15, 20 minutes. But you can get an idea that your truck is safe to get on the road. So covering your butt. It's all about covering your butt. And it's all about not rushing. The reason I say that is because I got a lot of constituents that they rush, and they wait till the last minute everything. Listen, waiting till the last minute to do anything is a recipe for disaster. You never want to wait till the last minute to do anything in trucking. Because listen, we're not four-wheelers. We take time to get there, because you're pulling an almost 80-foot long vehicle at a max weight of 80,000 pounds and an almost length of 80 feet that you're pulling. You're not a four-wheeler. You're not driving your regular vehicle. You're driving a tractor and a trailer. So it's going to take you some time to get there, and you can't take every road. You in your personal vehicle, you could take dirt roads. You could take side roads. You could take back roads. You can't do all that to tractor and trailer. You got to take truck routes. Now, I've been on some routes that said they were truck routes, and I say, whoever said this is a truck route, they must have been crazy in their mind. Streets, you got barely enough room to keep your tandems on the road when you take your turns. And when you turn, you got to go in the other lane. I'm like, what in the world? Come on and get me out of this. So I've been on some roads, but it's not about rushing. Take your time. You're going to get there. The freight's going to get there. Ooh, child. The load's going to get this raining here in Fayetteville. There we go. Excuse me. Turn that down. You're going to get there. So just take your time. Don't rush. Double check yourself. Look over it. Bless God. Like now, I'm making sure I'm doing my trip sheet. I'm doing trip sheet for this load. On our trip sheet, First Express got your barcode for TransFlow, and we write down everything. And I love their trip sheets. Because you don't have to. You know why I love their trip sheets? Because you ain't got the bubble. But God, that gets on my. Oh, that's aggravating. Bubbling this. Bubbling numbers. Bubbling your name. You write down it. This is the easiest trip sheet you will find on this side of heaven. You write down everything. You write down the driver name, your driver code, the trailer, your pro number, which is your load or trip number, the trip begin, trip ending. It is not hazmat because we do pull hazmat over here. And your trailer number, the miles that were driven. Keep up. You got to keep up with your miles. Is it TransFlow on the mobile? This is my pet peeve. I don't like using the mobile. I like using the TransFlow and the truck stops. Now the mobile gives you a confirmation number, yes, and so does the TransFlow at the truck stops. Gives you that little piece of paper, gives you a number, and then you write down your pickups, deliveries, and your fuel stops. You just write down everything. Like over here, we write down our fuel stops. I stopped at the Pilot. That was my odometer. It was in Clinton, South Carolina, and I got 64 gallons. Because we only fuel at the Pilot Flying J's over here. I wish we fueled at other places. Because personally, I love the Loves. I love me some Loves. God, the Loves to me, a lot of drivers might not agree with me, but the Loves, they do more for the driver. Like every 50 gallons, not only you get a free shower, but you get a free drink. You get a free refill. You can go in there and get you the biggest cup and as much as soda, water, fruit drink, whatever you want that fountain got, you can get. And the Loves does that. And they do free tire checks on the steers, the drives, and your tandems. No other truck stop does that but the Loves. I love the Loves. So I wish we would fuel at the Loves. And I like their showers too. But anyway, to each its own. And they do, even though the Pilot Flying J got shower power, but they don't give free drinks or no free coffee, and they don't do no tire checks. And but I think I got around. I know I'm in shower power, and I think I got about $32 on my Pilot card. So that's what we feel is Pilot Flying J. That's free money. And that's another thing that you if you for as Scooby Doo says to all of my apprentices. Oh, I love me some Scooby Doo. Yes, sir. That's my friend, and I praise God for him. And go over there and watch his channel, the Scooby Doo Show. He gives you a lot of good information, and he's a veteran. And I got my start learning from him. I would watch his videos because in November in October I will be out here 4 years driving trucks for 4 years. And before I started driving, excuse me, got something in my eye. And before I started driving, I would watch Scooby Doo's videos and get a lot of vital information from him. And so go over there and watch Scooby Doo's video as well as mine. So, but to all of my apprentices and new beginners, whenever you get your fuel card, get the Pilot, the Loves, petrol, and the TA. Get those rewards cards. They come in handy. Every time you fuel, you get points, and you can take them points and you can purchase stuff in the store, in the travel center, as well as food. Now, if the restaurant is a part of that facility and a part of that conjunction, You know, because some restaurants you're going to, they don't accept your Pilot, your Loves, or your Flying J, or none of that. They don't accept those cards. But if you find, I go to the one that accept it. Because if I be going to that Subway, y'all ain't got to say nothing to me. Yes, let me get a tuna on a Italian, please. Yes, and that I think that's about $8-9. But I use my Pilot Flying J because I did it one time, had $50-something on it, but now I got about $30-something. So whenever I don't feel like pulling out of pocket, here go my Pilot card, bam. I ain't got to pay no money. They just take off your points is money. So that's a good thing to have. You know, get those. It has a lot of good perks about it. But 10 more minutes and I'm gonna get up off here. Just to take your time. That's all you got to do out here. Take your time. Do not be in a rush. Rushing ain't gonna get you nowhere but a headache. Hey, I'm just stating facts and I'm telling truth. Yeah, I love clipboards. It makes life better. And invest in a clipboard. Invest in a clipboard because I got a clipboard for my trip sheets and I got a clipboard for my trailer inspection. It's all about being professional. Because guess what? You're a professional driver. Do I have a witness? And I always keep a folder so I can write down all my stuff. See that? I write down all my stuff. I write my trip sheet, where I'm picking up, where I'm delivering, my fueling, and how many miles I'm driving. And I put down my trailers, numbers, the ones I'm picking up, the ones I'm dropping off. You know. So after they get through, they hand me my bills. I assign one they bill, they give me a copy. I transfer this in. I done got paid. And you always want to keep your medical card and stuff, nearby. So you can always, if you get pulled into DOT or the state trooper pull you over, or DOT pull you over, you can always have it on you. You never want to have to reach for it. You never want to have to find it. It is always on you. Okay? And keep your folder, a yellow pad. So you can write down all your information. So if your Qualcomm or your Omnitrax or your PeoplesNet, I prefer PeoplesNet, or that goes down and that dies, you have your information written down that you can go by. You don't have to wait until they fix it, or you call Omnitrax, or you call PeoplesNet, or you call, and letting them know that, hey, my name is Michael Drecker, driver of First Express. I'm on truck 3062. My Omnitrax just went down. Can you fix it? But one thing about Omnitrax, they have a restart button. So if anything goes down, there's a restart. But see, I've operated all. I've Omnitrax, Qualcomm, and PeoplesNet. Like I said, my preference is PeoplesNet. I like PeoplesNet. It's to me, it's a lot easier, and it's not so complicated, and you can drive 5 miles before it clicks you on duty. With this Qualcomm Omnitrax, right time you take off, it's clicking time. And it's all about time out here. But with that PeoplesNet, you can drive 5 miles for that baby throw you on, for your baby throw you driving. I like that. You can advance yourself, without getting on duty and setting time. Because this time is your death. Because of a time. And once that time gets to clicking, and you can't stop it. So it's all about that time. And it's all about preserving your time. Like now, it's all about, whenever you come to a place, put yourself in off-duty or the sleeper berth. Never leave yourself on duty. Put yourself off duty or in the sleeper. Yeah. Like a lot of times I get to places like this, I put myself off duty or sleeper, and this is what I do. I take me a nap. I take me a nap. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Them naps are lifesavers. Yeah. You know, they are lifesavers. Them power naps, them hour or two, because it's going to take them about an hour, two, maybe three to unload. So I take me a nap. And when they get through, they come knock on your door and look at you fresh. Oh, yes, that felt good. But I believe that's about it. But, you know, like I said, no rush. Take your time. Make sure you're covering your behind when it comes to paperwork, when it comes to inspecting your truck, when it comes to inspecting the place that you are. When you're hitting a dock, make sure you don't damage nothing. You know, because, listen, everything is on the driver. Because guess what? Guess what you're doing? You're driving the truck. You're the one that's behind the wheel. You are the one that's going to be held accountable. And that is money out of your paycheck. And if it continues to be a continuous, if it continues to be every time thing that you're damaging stuff and you're tearing stuff up, it's been a pleasure with you working with us, but we have to let you go because now you are liability. You instead of you are giving us, instead of you making money for us, you are breaking us. We'll always have to put money out for you. We're not going to do that because it's a business. A business is all about making money. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian business. I love the Lord. It doesn't matter if it's a regular business, a Christian business. I don't care what type of business in it. At the end of the day, it's all about making money. That's right. It's all about making money. So if that company is always putting out money on you, you're not doing them no justice. You are not making them no money. So they're going to let you go. It's been a pleasure. All right, but we got to let you go. All right, take care. It is what it is because it is a business. And if that business ain't making no money off of you, they're going to let you go. They're going to terminate you. But if you're making them money, they're going to try their best to keep you there and keep you happy so you can continue to make them money. It's a business, so cover your behind. If you always damaging property because you ain't paying no mind, you ain't going to be in trucking long. You're not. And you got to know how to drive. You got to know how to maneuver this vehicle in a way that you're not going to hit nobody. You're not going to damage nothing. You're not going to damage cars. You're not going to damage property. You turn this turn too tight and you done knocked down a mailbox. And Sister Sally was looking through the blinds, done got your truck number, trailer number, and your license plate. Come on here. And they done called the company. Well, how you know he hit your mailbox? And now, you know what everybody do now? Snap, 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 snap. They taking pictures. Oh, I got it. I got the picture truck trailer. Well, send it to us, ma'am. I'll be dogged if Michael Jacobs didn't knock down that mailbox. He's truck 3062. He had trailer so-and-so that day. And he sure enough took that road. And guess what? You got to pay for a mailbox. And then this safety gonna call you in to watch some videos. And then if you keep knocking down mailboxes, they're gonna call you in and be like, we're gonna have to let you go and clean out your truck. All right. We're gonna get you to the house, all right? Because you're a liability. You ain't making them no money. So that's why it's about covering your behind. Not rushing. Paying attention when you turn. Paying attention when you're backing. I always sound my horn to let folk know that this big vehicle's backing up. And I only can see but so much with my convex mirrors. So, and my hood mirrors. So pay attention to where you're going. Pay attention how you enter, how you exit. Because a lot of places the same way you come in is not the same way that you can leave. So you don't. So now you blocking traffic because you coming in the same way you leave, and it's a one way in and you got to exit a different way. You done blocking traffic. Now you got to do a straight line back or back through some curves. You know, your back end might not be that good. So that's what's all about, paying attention when you enter into shippers and receivers. Now, a lot of shippers and receivers ain't going to have signs out to say, enter drivers come in through here. You got to look. You got to pay attention, all right? That's a guard shack. Yeah, I got to enter here. Turning down. Okay. Pay attention when you're going into places, how you enter and how you exit. And not only that, pay attention how you turning. You turning almost an 80 feet long vehicle. You get, it's not your personal vehicle. You got to turn wide, and you got to know how to turn. You got to know how to maneuver this vehicle. And sometimes in tight places that you don't hit nothing and damage property. Because guess what? Some businesses want you to damage property so they can send you the bill. That I've been in some places that the dock is right here, and right above my hood there are cars, and I got to get out, and they ain't gonna move their cars. So I got to maneuver this vehicle in a way that I can get out. And you can rest assured, and you can bet your bottom dollar, and you can rest assured that grits is grocery. You can buy them, cook them, and eat them all day, every day, and even twice on Sunday. Then I'm going to get out of there. One way or the other, Jacobs is getting out. Okay? So you just got to be careful. And if you get yourself in a predicament, stop, put on your hazards, breathe. Because when you get yourself in a situation and you react then, you're going to make a mistake. But if you stop and you take a breath and you assess the situation and evaluate the situation, you'll get out. Or you call for help, or you ask for help. Hey, driver, will you help me back up? Will you look out my blind spot? Most of them gonna say sure. Don't be like Super Truck and you are blindside backing all the time. I often tell the story, and I'm gonna get up off here. I was in Horse Cave, Kentucky, at the Loves. You know that they got a McDonald's and pretty good sized truck stop, but there was a Swift driver, not down in Swift, not down in Swift, Scooby Doo. It's not Swift the company. Now, I agree with Scooby Doo 100% on this. It's not Swift the company because they are the largest carrier in the nation besides FedEx and UPS. It's not them. It's the driver. It's not the company. The company don't drive the truck. You drive the truck. So the driver of a Swift, he parked real good. But there was a young cat who was also a Swift driver, the driver of Swift. He pulled in, and I reckon he wanted to park beside the other driver that drove for Swift. So all this cat had to do was it was a pull through. It was a pull through. You turned, come back, pull straight. It was a pull through parking space. This cat, he gonna set himself up for a blind side. Everybody got on their CBs and their squawkers, and they begin to talk. Yo, Swift, what you doing? So he ain't paying no mind, because guess what? He ain't got no CB. And I think all trucks should come standard with CBs. All trucks. Listen, this is our communication right here. This is our phones. You know, when you're talking out on the road, when you finding out about accidents, when you find about roads being closed, when you finding out stuff, the CB. But he didn't have no squawker box, so So he blindsided, and he had them little earbuds in his ear, listening to music or whatever. That should be against the law. Because you got to have your ears uncovered, at least your left side, because that's your driver's side. Because on Blue Parrot, you have the right. I just wear the little earpiece that comes about right here. I used to have a big old Blue Parrot, but it got irritating and hurting my ear there. So I just use a little earpiece. The Platonics, I believe I said the right, earpiece. I just use that. So, um, so he had an ear cut, so he couldn't hear nobody. And guess what he wasn't doing? He was not paying attention. And he was in a rush. Because he came through the truck stop flying, trying to find a parking space. He came through there flying. Nice truck too. Pretty, pretty. It was a pretty white truck. Brand new. And when he set himself up to do a blind side, the other driver was in the sleeper. And some drivers will come out the sleeper to make sure you back up straight, you don't hit their truck. Which, I kind of agree with that. But at the same time, if they hit the truck, they just hit the truck. It is what it is. On the side of the truck, it says First Express. It doesn't say Michael Jacobs. Now, if it said Michael Jacobs and I see they about to hit the truck, I'm going to stop them. I'm going to lay on the horn. I'm going to lay on the horn even with the First Express side of it. But at the same time, you can't prevent the inevitable. So it is what it is. So he backed up, set himself up for a blindside. Everybody trying to get his attention. Because as he's blindsided, he set himself up to hit that truck. He didn't set himself up. He didn't pull up far enough. So as he's turning, his DOT bumper took out the whole side of that truck, including the hood. He snatched the hood off. Did y'all hear what I say? Y'all didn't hear me. No. Let me say that again. He snatched the hood off along with his hood mirror, his convex mirror, his DOT buster tire, and bent his steer rim. Because as he was hitting, he kept going. He said he didn't feel nothing. Give me them CDLs. Give them to me. If you didn't feel that, cuz something wrong with, give me them CDLs. And get this. And get this. And I'm about to get up off here. And get this. Now the driver that drove for Swift.
Say a command.
Exit. The driver that drove for Swift. Guess what he was? He was a trainer. And he had a student in the sleeper. I got to go. So, and he only had 5 months of experience. Companies are getting desperate. So, when you are backing anywhere, pay attention. Pay attention. Where are you backing up this trailer? And if you cannot see, you need to set yourself up where you can see, or you need to pop them brakes and you need to get out and look. Get out, go. Get out and look. If you in a place that you can't see, get out and look. Now, if you in a place you got plenty of room to pull up, back up, look, by all means do that. But sound your air horn to let folk know that you backing up. Like here, there's plenty of room here at this place to hit the dock and to back up. But if I was in a tight space, I pop the brakes, I would go back there and look, or I have somebody to look for me. But at the same time, I'm being expective of them because a lot of people's vision of distance is not the same. Oh, you ain't gonna hit it, bam. Oh, well, it looked like you weren't gonna hit it. See, their perception of depth and distance is not like yours. So you always want to be, attentive to that as well. But please pay attention to where you backing, where you going, where you driving, where you turning. Okay? And you will always come out successful. All right? Well, that's been 40 minutes. I told y'all 30. I ran over my time. Please charge it to my head and not my heart. I want y'all to continue to be blessed. I'm going to catch me a little nap. while they unload this trailer. I want y'all to be blessed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. Check me out on Facebook at the Man of God. And email me. Email me. My Facebook is Elder Michael R. Jacob Sr. Check me up on Facebook. And email me. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, email me. manofgod749@gmail.com. Again, my email address is manofgod749@gmail.com. And check me out on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter. Instagram at Prophet Jacobs. Check me out on there. So we got on there places you can come check us out. Leave some questions, comments, or concerns down below. Hey, send some people more over and let them be a subscriber of the Man of God's channel. And that's it. I'm gone. Y'all be blessed. This is the Man of God, Emre Jacob Sr. signing off. Y'all continue to be blessed. Remember, take the good Lord with you everywhere you go. And if you can't take him, you better not